stop adding extra pain to your life. Now you might think, I don't add extra pain to my life, or I don't want to add extra pain to my life. Good for you. There's plenty of pain without you or me adding anything. As you're aware, you cannot change what you can't see. So the benefit of watching this video all the way through is I can almost promise you there are certain ways that you're adding to your pain that you're unaware of. And if you were aware of them, you could make a choice and you could not do them anymore. The first one is indulging our insecurities. We've all got insecurities, and that's okay. Dwelling on them, using them as ammunition against ourselves to keep from speaking up, to keep from asking for what we want, to keep from giving our perspective, that's where we add unnecessary pain. Because the situation might not be great, and it might call for our participation. And yet, the insecurity puts a cap on it and says, don't participate. It's not good enough. It's stupid. Everything you have to say doesn't matter, etc. What insecurity do you indulge? I have a really good friend that never went to college, just graduated high school, and they are constantly afraid that somebody is going to see them and think they're stupid or they're uneducated when they're very accomplished and brilliant. But it's the insecurity about this data that keeps them on the defensive in relationships. It keeps them pulled back or poised to fight or to prove. And that adds unnecessary suffering to the relationships because other people don't know what's going on and they're confused. Why is this happening? Before we look at number 2, please like this video, make a comment. What other topics would you like to explore? Let's do it together. Maybe it'll be my next video, who knows? The second thing is suspicion. Suspicion is the apprehension of evil with little or no evidence. When we look at the whole spectrum of our life and our relationships and we respond with suspicion, what's the trick? What's the game? When's the other shoe gonna drop? What's the real problem here? What are people not telling me? When we live steeped in suspicion, we add unnecessary pain to our lives. Most of the time, people aren't out to get you. Most of the time, things are not stacked against you. But acting as if that's true adds suffering to you, to your life. It disconnects you from the possibility of having relationship, from sharing your life with people, from them sharing their lives with you. It clamps down vulnerability. It takes all the air out of courage and resiliency. So suspicion in and of itself will add unnecessary pain and suffering to your life. Number 3, feeding your fears. We all have fears. It would be strange not to have any fear. That's not a problem if you have fears, if I have fears. It's what are we doing with the fears? When we allow our fears to keep us from moving forward, to take risks that are in alignment with our vision, with the things that we're passionate about, with the people that we're passionate about, that's where we're going to add a lot of unnecessary pain and suffering to our life by letting those fears have their way with us, instead of pushing into them and pushing through them to have the things we say are most important to us in life. What are some of the fears that you notice are reoccurring, the ones that keep coming up and intervening and interfering in your relationships? One of my fears is whether I'm going to be liked or accepted by the person I'm in front of. And the reality is, I don't know. And it's not even my decision whether I'm going to be liked or accepted. But letting the fear of it not happening tell me to pull back or hide or be quiet or pretend is something that will ultimately sabotage the relationship anyhow. What are yours? Losing control, looking bad, being embarrassed, appearing foolish, making a mistake, not getting it right, not being perfect. What are some of your fears? And how do they influence whether or not you take action? Looking back on those 3 areas, insecurities, suspicion, fears, which one is most true for you? Which one stuck for you? When you locate it, just pause, take a deep breath in, let it out, and notice that there is a new choice available. As human beings, we are naturally thrown to want to be right, look good, be in control, and stay comfortable. The more you can recognize those things, the less suffering they're going to add to your life. If you liked this video and it was helpful for you, check out my video on listening filters. Often the way that we listen, which sometimes is filtered by our insecurities or fears or suspicion, has everything to do with the way we respond and what we see as possible or not possible. Thanks for watching. Please ring that bell for notifications so you're the first to know when a new video comes out.